Morning YouTube, friends and family. We are at Moorfield Campground here at Mesa Verde, making up some breakfast, thinking about what we're going to do for the day, where we're going to go, what we're going to see. Thanks for coming with us and stay tuned. It's going to be a fun day at Mesa Verde.
Oh no!
Saved it.
Good save.
It was rebellious and wanted to stay over there.
All right.
Wait.
There goes Andrea's folks, our favorite trail angels. We are about to head off to Wetherill Mesa, which is on the west side of the park. We were here 1 year ago and didn't get a chance to see it, so this is something new for us. We'll just have one full day in Mesa Verde, which is not nearly enough to see even a fraction of the park, but it'll still be fun. Stay tuned. The ancestral Pueblo people were the ones that inhabited Mesa Verde. They moved to the Mesa top roughly 550 AD and inhabited the cliff dwellings and the pit dwellings and other areas up here for over 700 years. It's kind of a mystery why they left. There's lots of speculation that maybe resources ran out or they ran into hard times, but the evidence of all of their dwellings are still here. This series of steps here all the way up to the rim are what give the step house its name. It may have been a shortcut, it may have been a processional stairway. At any rate, most of the other access to the cliff dwellings was from carved in handholds or actual ladders, so this is kind of unique for step house. There are several pit houses here that were the principal places where the ancestral Pueblos lived in this particular cliff dwelling. They didn't do quite as much with the sandstone bricks. These pit dwellings are representational of the pit dwellings that were above ground as well. This is a 1960s reconstruction of what the pit house would have looked like. These back here are what's left of the original pit houses. Generations of ancestral pueblos lived in the pit houses, but it wasn't until about the early 1200s that they constructed these pueblos to live in. So there was generations of people here, but their architecture, like our architecture, changed over time. All the dwellings factored these kivas into their architecture. The kivas were used for social and religious gatherings, and they had a lot of very similar aspects to them. Where domestic things would happen. This was sort of a little plateau area, and a stone would be used to grind corn in these areas, in this little slope here, and just over the generations it just ate away the rock. Interestingly enough, the ancestral pueblos had gnawed down teeth because a lot of their cornmeal contained the grit from these areas that they would use to grind the corn, so it would wear down on their teeth. Fibers of the yucca plant were used for all kinds of things. Basket weaving, for sandals. They would peel those little curls and little strips and use it for thread. It was an all-purpose plant. I forget, but the roots were also used, I think, as a type of soap as well. Had saponins in it. Very important plant for the ancestral Pueblans. Since the park was established, there have been many forest fires on the Mesa. Forest fires were likely a part of the ancestral Puebloans' life because the climate was much like it is today, dry and warm. Late 1800s, when these alcoves and cliff dwellings were discovered, they were discovered with all of these personal effects left in them. Baskets full of food, sandals left in place, pots, grinding implements. It was as if the people just abandoned these structures. You know, of the late 1300s, it was over the course of one, maybe two generations that this whole mesa was completely abandoned. Probably because of resource depletion, mainly firewood, drought, and maybe infighting due to the resource depletion. So it's just amazing that a culture can live someplace for hundreds and hundreds of years, and then within a course of 50 years, disappear. Spruce Treehouse has been closed because the cliffs above are in danger of falling apart. So the ranger was just telling us the geologists have come up with an ambitious plan to basically take some advanced re-rod or rebar and bore it in different angles to cinch it all together. They're hopeful, but are unsure about the possibility of success at this point. So for now, this is the best view you can get of Spruce Treehouse, unless you check out my movie from last summer. Alright, YouTube friends and family, it is the end of our day at Mesa Verde. It was one good day. It's kind of late night. I've been uploading vlogs, trying to maximize this great internet connection. We're going to be heading out very early for Glenwood Springs, which is the largest developed hot springs in the world, to soak all of the crud of the trail off our bodies. Thanks for coming with us today, and we'll see you tomorrow.